Excuse me. I am walking softly into the warm glowing glass cube of the legendary Apple Store on Fifth Avenue in Manhattan for the very first time, with the warm wooden display tables glowing softly just ahead. And I want to walk softly up to the warm front table and get the perfect help for my iPhone like a local, but I do not know what to say in English.
Hi, I am Emma. Today's English is slow and easy. Just relax and listen along. Have you ever walked softly into a famous glowing tech store on a bright afternoon? Looked up at the warm wooden display tables full of warm bright screens. And just paused. The warm glass cube glowing softly above the sidewalk, the soft tap of fingers on warm bright screens drifting softly across the floor, the warm golden afternoon light spilling softly across the warm glass entrance of the Apple Store, the warm friendly Genius bar glowing somewhere just ahead, the soft hum of friendly Apple Store staff helping warm customers, the gentle hum of Midtown Manhattan drifting softly across Fifth Avenue. And you thought, I want the best help in this whole store. But how do I even ask for it? What do the locals actually do? What if I sound like a clueless tourist? Today, Hannah is going to step softly into one of the most iconic tech spots in all of New York City. The Apple Store on Fifth Avenue in Manhattan, the world-famous American technology store. Warm glowing glass cube, warm wooden display tables, warm friendly Genius bar, warm helpful staff in bright shirts, warm calm afternoon light glowing softly across the warm floor, the warm cinematic Midtown atmosphere, the whole heart of the afternoon breathing softly inside one legendary tech spot at the Apple Store. And here is the magic part. Hannah is going to use one tiny, polite phrase with a friendly Apple Store genius that will turn a busy tech store into her personal Apple Store help session and get her exactly the right answer for her device. You can use this exact phrase the next time you need the best help at any Apple Store, anywhere in the world. So take a deep breath and step softly inside. Let us walk into the Apple Store. Welcome back to Easy English with Emma. Today, Hannah is starting her warm bright afternoon hour at the warm glass entrance of the legendary Apple Store on Fifth Avenue in Manhattan, walking in from the warm afternoon street down into the warm glowing glass cube just ahead. In front of her, the warm glass cube glowing softly above the sidewalk, the warm wooden display tables glowing softly across the floor, the warm golden afternoon light spilling softly across the warm glass entrance of the Apple Store, the long warm tables of warm bright screens, the soft hum of friendly Apple Store staff helping warm customers, the soft tap of fingers on warm bright screens, the gentle hum of Midtown Manhattan drifting softly across Fifth Avenue, the warm cinematic afternoon atmosphere wrapping around the whole place, the warm soft glow of the Apple Store glass cube shining gently above, the soft calm buzz of the warm Genius bar, and the warm magical atmosphere wrapping around the whole legendary tech spot. She has 3 missions. 1. Walk softly up to the warm front table of the Apple Store and ask a friendly staff member about getting help. 2. Sit softly at the warm Genius bar and ask a friendly Apple Store genius about her iPhone. 3. Walk softly over to the warm checkout area and ask a friendly senior Apple Store staff member for the best Midtown Manhattan afternoon tips. In the US, UK, Canada, and Australia, walking into a famous tech store like the Apple Store can feel overwhelming. Big warm display tables glowing softly across the floor, warm bright screens everywhere, busy staff, customers from all over the world. But do not worry. With the right polite phrases, even the busiest staff member at the Apple Store will smile and give you the perfect help of the afternoon. By the end of this video, you will be able to walk softly into a real New York City tech store like the Apple Store with confidence. Use the magic phrase to ask a friendly staff member for the best help, not just any help. Talk about real Midtown Manhattan tech help. Warm friendly Genius bar, warm bright screen, warm easy fix, warm glass cube, warm afternoon floor. In simple, natural English, and enjoy the Apple Store like a real Midtown Manhattan local. Ready? Let us step softly into the Apple Store. Here are today's 5 Apple Store key phrases. Repeat each one after me. Nice and slow. Key phrase 1. What's the best way to get help here today? What's the best way to get help here today? Beautiful. This is today's magic phrase. Use it with a friendly staff member at the Apple Store. Or any staff member at any tech store in the world. Instead of, "Can someone help me?" Or "Is anyone free?" You are asking what's the best way to get help today in the whole store. Suddenly that staff member becomes your personal Apple Store afternoon guide. Key phrase 2. What's the best way to enjoy the Apple Store? What's the best way to enjoy the Apple Store? Lovely. Use this with any friendly staff member at the Apple Store. Asking about the best way to enjoy. Instead of just, "What do I do?" Invites the staff member to share the real story behind the warm glass cube, the warm wooden display tables, the warm friendly Genius bar, and the warm afternoon rhythm of the legendary tech spot right here in Midtown. Key phrase 3. Could you recommend the perfect fix for a slow afternoon? Could you recommend the perfect fix for a slow afternoon? Great! Use this at the warm Genius bar of the Apple Store. A small open question turns a quiet genius into a whole afternoon of Apple Store tips. The warm bright screen, the warm easy fix, the warm friendly Genius bar, the perfect help that Midtown Manhattan locals love. Key phrase 4. What do locals actually ask about here? What do locals actually ask about here? Perfect. A super useful phrase at any famous tech store in New York City. Asking what locals actually ask about. Instead of just, "What can you do?" Get you the warm helpful advice from the warm Genius bar, the warm easy fix wrapped softly in a warm friendly smile, the perfect help for your Apple Store afternoon moment. Simple, friendly, and works at every tech store in Manhattan and beyond. Key phrase 5. What's the best Apple Store tip to try? What's the best Apple Store tip to try? Wonderful. Use this with a friendly senior staff member near the warm checkout area of the Apple Store. The store has layers. The warm bright screens, the warm friendly Genius bar, the warm wooden display tables, the warm glass cube, the warm afternoon workshops. Asking this tiny question turns a friendly staff member into your personal Apple Store afternoon planner. One small question, a whole afternoon of insider tips at the Apple Store. These 5 phrases are gold for the Apple Store. And for any tech store, help desk, or service counter in the world. Now let us see Hannah use them at the Apple Store. Alright. Hannah has just walked softly down into the warm glowing glass cube of the legendary Apple Store on 5th Avenue in Manhattan, the warm afternoon light wrapping around her instantly. The bright warm store glows softly around her. The warm wooden display tables glowing softly across the floor, the warm glass cube glowing softly above the sidewalk, the warm golden afternoon light spilling softly across the warm glass entrance, the long warm tables of warm bright screens winding softly toward the warm Genius bar just ahead, the soft tap of fingers on warm bright screens, the gentle hum of Midtown Manhattan drifting softly across 5th Avenue. Right at the warm front table stands Marcus. A friendly Apple Store staff member in his late 20s with warm tan skin, short dark hair, kind eyes, and an easy welcoming smile, wearing a plain bright crew shirt under a plain lanyard, standing easily by the warm wooden table, looking up with a warm patient smile as Hannah walks softly up to the table.
Hi. Sorry to bother you. Wow, this is my first time at this Apple Store. This place is so beautiful.
Welcome to the Apple Store. You picked a great moment. The afternoon light is just coming in through the glass cube, perfect golden hour on Fifth Avenue. Is this your very first afternoon at the store?
Yes. I just walked over from a morning on Fifth Avenue. What's the best way to get help here today?
Great question. Here at the Apple Store, on a warm afternoon like this, I always point first-timers to the warm, friendly Genius Bar. That's where our geniuses help with any device. Or, if you just want to look around, the warm wooden display tables are full of bright screens to try. Take your time.
Wow, the warm, friendly Genius Bar. And my iPhone has been a little slow. Is the Genius Bar really the place for that?
You got it. The warm, friendly Genius Bar has welcomed afternoons at the Apple Store for years. The warm, bright screens, the warm, easy fix, the warm golden light across the glass entrance. Meet me at the Genius Bar. That line means home to every Midtown local. That's the heart of the Apple Store.
That sounds amazing. Should I go to the Genius Bar next?
Absolutely. And one more tip. My buddy Daniel is working the Warm Genius Bar this afternoon. 10 years helping with devices at the Apple Store. Tell him Marcus at the front sent you. He'll give you the perfect help of the afternoon.
Wow, thank you so much, Marcus. You just turned the Apple Store into my whole afternoon orientation.
That's what we do here. Welcome to the Apple Store. And welcome to Manhattan.
Wonderful, Hannah. Look at how she started. Hi. Sorry to bother you. Wow, this is my first time at this Apple Store. This place is so beautiful. 3 tiny ideas, but they do so much work. Sorry to bother you plus first time plus a real compliment about the Apple Store. That's a magic combo at any tech store in the world. Marcus instantly wanted to help. Then the big one. What's the best way to get help here today? Notice. She did not say. Can someone help me? Or is anyone free? She asked specifically what's the best way to get help today at the Apple Store. Those exact words turned Marcus from a busy staff member into her personal Apple Store afternoon guide. Also notice. Hannah asked a beautiful follow-up question. My iPhone has been a little slow. Is the Genius Bar really the place for that? That tiny question gave her the Genius Bar story, the meet me at the Genius Bar tradition, the heart of the warm store, and a personal recommendation to find Daniel at the Warm Genius Bar. 1 question is good. 2 questions turn a staff member into a guide. Use these phrases anywhere. At a tech store, at a help desk, at a service counter, at the Apple Store on Fifth Avenue in Manhattan, anywhere in the world. Politeness plus asking the best way to get help today with real curiosity equals friends and incredible local tips. Hannah walks softly from the warm front table of the Apple Store across the warm floor to the Warm Genius Bar just ahead, the warm afternoon light wrapping around her as she sits softly at the warm wooden bar. The Genius Bar hums warmly with the soft tap of fingers on warm bright screens, gentle midtown chatter, and the soft calm buzz of the warm afternoon. Just past the Warm Genius Bar of the Apple Store, the warm golden afternoon light spreads softly across the warm wooden tables, the warm cinematic midtown Manhattan atmosphere stretching softly in every direction, the gentle hum of the Apple Store all around. At the Warm Genius Bar, Daniel. A friendly veteran Apple Store genius in his 40s with kind eyes, warm olive skin, dark hair lightly graying at the temples, and a calm welcoming smile, wearing a plain bright crew shirt under a plain lanyard. Sits with one hand resting easily on the warm wooden bar, the warm golden afternoon light pouring softly across the table behind him, looking up with a warm patient smile.
Hi. Sorry to interrupt. Marcus at the front sent me over. He said you're the man for the perfect help of the afternoon.
Ah, Marcus. Of course he did. He sends all the first-timers over to the Genius Bar. Welcome to the Apple Store. What can I do for you?
Daniel, could you recommend the perfect fix for a slow afternoon? My iPhone feels a little slow.
Oh, with pleasure. Easy answer. Let's look at your storage and your background apps. Warm bright screen, a few gentle taps, and your iPhone breathes again. From a warm seat at the Genius Bar, we fix it slowly together. That's the legendary Apple Store way.
That sounds incredible. And what's the best Apple Store tip to try?
Now that's the right question. Always restart your iPhone first. Hold it softly, a gentle press, a calm breath. Then check your storage at the Genius Bar. Keep your software up to date. Restart first, then update. That's the perfect midtown afternoon fix.
That sounds magical. How long have you been working at the Apple Store?
10 years. Same warm glass cube, same warm golden glow across the Apple Store. The faces at the Genius Bar change, but the Apple Store stays the same. That's why we love it in Manhattan.
Wow, Daniel, what do locals actually ask about here?
Right to the warm bright screen. Battery, storage, a slow iPhone. Hold your device softly, watch the warm afternoon light, breathe in the calm of Manhattan through the glass cube. That's the Apple Store way.
Thank you so much, Daniel.
Walk softly over to the warm checkout area. My buddy Ethan is working there this afternoon. Older gentleman, very kind. Tell him Daniel sent you.
Amazing. Look at what just happened at the warm Genius Bar of the Apple Store on Fifth Avenue in Manhattan. Hannah did not just get her iPhone fixed. She got the whole story of the place. The perfect warm bright screen fix, the warm easy restart tip, the warm friendly Genius Bar, the warm glass cube, the years behind the bar. And a personal introduction to Ethan at the warm checkout area. Why did the magic phrase work so well? What's the best way to get help here today? Let us break it down. What's the best way to get help? Equals curious. Soft, warm, friendly. Daniel relaxed instantly. Here. Equals grounded. You are asking about this store, not just any help. Here makes Daniel smile. You are asking like a real local who trusts the staff member's knowledge. Today. Equals specific. You are showing you trust Daniel's daily knowledge of every device at the Apple Store. Also notice. Hannah mentioned. Marcus at the front sent me over. That tiny phrase is golden at a famous tech store. It tells Daniel. Hey, I'm already part of the Apple Store family. Suddenly the whole place is on your team. And the simple line. What do locals actually ask about here? Confident, soft, polite. A small open question is the gentlest way to invite a whole Midtown Manhattan afternoon ritual. Use these reactions everywhere in Manhattan and beyond. Hannah walks softly from the warm Genius Bar over to the warm checkout area of the Apple Store, the warm golden afternoon light softening as she crosses past the warm wooden display tables. The checkout area glows softly with warm afternoon light, a warm friendly counter facing the warm glass cube, the gentle hum of Midtown Manhattan drifting softly across Fifth Avenue. Right at the warm checkout area, standing softly by the warm wooden counter, is Ethan. A friendly older Apple Store staff member in his 60s with kind eyes, neatly combed silver hair, warm fair skin, and a wide easy smile, wearing a plain bright crew shirt under a plain lanyard. gently resting one hand on the warm counter edge, the warm afternoon light glowing softly behind him, a warm small device box resting gently on the warm counter beside him.
Hi. Excuse me, sorry to interrupt. Daniel at the Genius Bar sent me over. This is my first afternoon at this Apple store, and he said you're the man for the late afternoon tips.
Daniel sent you? Then welcome to the Apple Store. 25 years at this warm store on Fifth Avenue, and a first-timer is still my favorite kind of guest. What can I do for you?
Ethan. What's the best Apple Store tip to try?
Beautiful question. First, always visit the warm, friendly Genius Bar for any device question. Then walk softly to a warm wooden table and try the bright screens. Then lean softly back and watch Midtown Manhattan through the glass cube. That's a perfect Apple Store afternoon.
That sounds magical, Ethan. Is the Apple Store always this calm?
Pretty much. The Apple Store is the warm beating heart of Midtown Manhattan. Regulars, tourists, office workers, families. On a bright afternoon, the warm floor fills with people from all over New York City. That's why the Apple Store stays calm all year long.
Wow. What do locals actually ask about here?
Most afternoons, locals ask about a slow iPhone, the battery, or a free workshop. Some come just to try the warm, bright screens. That warm, friendly Genius Bar is the warm heart of the Apple Store.
That's amazing. What's the best way to enjoy the Apple Store?
Great question. Walk softly through the floor. Run your fingers over the warm, bright screens. Breathe in the calm afternoon light. Watch Midtown Manhattan through the glass cube. Don't rush. Just look and learn. That's the Apple Store way.
Wow, Ethan. Thank you so much. You just made my whole afternoon at the Apple Store.
Walk softly through, look slowly, and come back to the Apple Store anytime. Every afternoon at the Apple Store is a different New York story.
Wonderful. Hannah just stepped softly into one of the most iconic tech spots in all of New York City. The Apple Store on Fifth Avenue in Manhattan, the world-famous American technology store. And used 5 tiny, polite phrases to find the perfect help for her iPhone, the warm friendly Genius Bar, and a personal afternoon plan from Ethan at the warm checkout area of the legendary tech spot. Notice. The biggest phrase of the day was, "What's the best way to get help here today?" It worked perfectly with Marcus at the warm front table. The words, "What's the best way to get help here today?" are the secret. They work at any tech store, any help desk, any service counter, anywhere in the world. Politeness plus asking the best way to get help here today equals friendly staff turn into guides, friends, and personal afternoon leaders. At the Apple Store, in Midtown Manhattan, in any city, in any country. Okay. Now it is quiz time. Quiz time. When Hannah stepped softly into the Apple Store in Manhattan, she could have just said, "Can someone help me? Or is anyone free?" Instead, she used one little phrase that turned a busy tech store into her personal Apple Store help session and got her exactly the right answer for her device. Warm friendly Genius Bar, warm helpful advice, warm easy fix. Which of these was the magic phrase she used? A. Can someone help me? B. What's the best way to get help here today? C. Is anyone free? Write A, B, or C in the comments right now. I read every single comment and I will reply to let you know if you got it right. Amazing work today, everyone. Now you have 5 powerful phrases that will turn any tech store and any friendly staff member anywhere in the world into a smooth, warm, beautiful moment. What's the best way to get help here today? What's the best way to enjoy the Apple Store? Could you recommend the perfect fix for a slow afternoon? What do locals actually ask about here? What's the best Apple Store tip to try? Remember, the Apple Store on Fifth Avenue in Manhattan, the world-famous American technology store, has warmed Midtown afternoons for years. The warm glass cube, the warm wooden display tables, the warm friendly Genius bar, the warm helpful staff, the warm bright screens, the warm checkout area. With these 5 phrases, you don't just visit the Apple Store. You become part of the story of Midtown Manhattan. If this video helped you, please hit that like button and subscribe to Easy English with Emma. It seriously means the world to me. And next time, Hannah is going to step softly out of the Apple Store and travel softly out to one of the most legendary shopping spots in all of America. Costco. The world-famous American warehouse club, beloved for its warm giant warehouse aisles, its warm towering shelves, its warm friendly sample stations, its warm helpful staff in bright vests, its warm bustling weekend atmosphere, and the warm magical buzz that has made Costco one of the most iconic membership warehouses in all of America. Wait till you hear the one polite phrase Hannah uses with a friendly Costco worker that turns a giant warehouse into her personal Costco shopping tour and finds her exactly the right deal of the afternoon. Warm friendly sample station, warm helpful tips, warm great value. You will use this exact phrase the next time you want the best shopping trip at any Costco, anywhere in the world. See you next time. Bye-bye.